Hello, my friends. I'm Andrea. Greetings from Berlin, and I would like to walk you through the solar eclipse in Libra tropical and in the sidereal Virgo this time. It is an annular solar eclipse which happens for 7 minutes and 25 seconds, making it the longest solar eclipse of 2024. And this means that we will see the effects in the next 7 months roughly, and this will lead us actually to the next eclipse season, which would happen in March 2025. So let's go for it. I would like to give you the climate of the general aspects in the sky around the eclipse. Then I would like to give more details on the constellations. And last but not least, I would like to talk about Bitcoin and the effect of the eclipse on Bitcoin. So let's dive into all these. We would like to start with the general atmosphere in the sky. So what are the planets doing at global level for everybody, so to speak, in this eclipse? And I would like to focus on a theme that is seen from various angles, which is adventure, regulation, and also a interesting way to see the future. But I would say that it is mixed because we have different opinions here, I believe, and we can expect, unfortunately, I know nobody wants it anymore, but it could be some consolidation around the eclipse, and then things will move forward in a more accelerated way. And this happens on the 2nd of October. We know it's the eclipse, and we do have a conjunction between Mercury and Lilith. Mercury is trading and markets. Lilith is about the adventure, the risk appetite. So this is a positive aspect. It's enhancing it. So the mood would be, okay, let's risk, let's really dive into it and so on. But things will be a bit slowed down. And this happens because both Jupiter and Pluto will start to be stationary, especially from the 6th onwards. And this means that they will not move in the sky. And we saw recently, we had a lot of such switches from retrograde to direct and vice versa, and especially with outer planets like Pluto, which is about big money and regulation, and Jupiter, which is also one of the main trigger for growth in the markets as a trend, especially a stable growth. It's also stationary now. So what to do? We will need to be patient. But in any case, this eclipse happens to the 10th degree of Libra. And we have also a sort of theory of degrees in astrology. And the 10th degree of Libra can be seen like Capricorn. It's regulation, it's 10, it's about hierarchy, and it's also about an ending because this eclipse happens with Ketu. We will see some details soon. On the 3rd, we have, so the next day, Sun conjunct Lilith. So it's like, okay, also the regulation would give some big, green light towards crypto, because we'll have on the 4th a Saturn trine Venus, which is regulation, Saturn in positive aspect with Venus, which is cryptocurrency, money. So some easing in monetary policy can be at least expected. Then on the 9th, we will have Jupiter going retrograde. But before that, we will have on the 8th of October a nice trine, Jupiter-Mercury in the sky, but also a Mercury opposition Chiron, which is really about some fears, skepticism that would really be triggered by whatever news we will have in regards to this Mercury, signifying news that seem to be positive, but there would be also a lot of skepticism. So we have a mixed influence in the sky, like we said. So we'll see some consolidation for sure around these dates. But on the 12th, Pluto will go direct, which means we will get some updates from regulation, from big money, from ETFs, very probable for the second half of October. And let's see what happens in the constellations behind the scenes on this interesting day. We do have the sidereal chart, North Indian style, like you are used to. And here we do have 1846 as UTC time zone. It's the exact minute of the eclipse, and we do have it for London. Ignore the clock phases, the ascendant, and so on. We focus on the planets, and I want to show you some important areas of this chart, which are very important also in interpretation. As you see, yes, we have a new moon always with the solar eclipse. It's like the moon and the sun are together, but it's here Virgo, which is emphasized. It's the sidereal Virgo where the eclipse takes place. And here we do have all these that you see, the sun, moon, Mercury, and Ketu together in the Hasta nakshatra. Hasta is the star of the golden-handed. When you see a hand full of gold, you would say, okay, you get something. So the expectation is pretty good in this sense, in terms of symbolism. And we do have also a strong Venus, as you see it in the sidereal Libra, right in the mid of the zodiac sign, so to speak, which means that we do have a powerful atmosphere, so to speak, and benevolent astrological influences for Venus, which is currency, cryptocurrency going forward, because Libra is the sign that is ruled by Venus. So Venus feels really comfortable in this area of the chart. Now, markets are emphasized for sure. Something new in trading will really be born, and we left something behind, because Ketu is also about sacrificing something, about letting go, and it's usually connected to diminishing prices. But what I want to raise your attention on, we know that Ketu goes always backwards. So it's the south node of the moon, which will go always retrograde, so to speak. And we see it has less degrees than all other planets that are close to Ketu here, which are part of the eclipse. And this means that it passed already through this planet, and especially it crossed over Mercury, which is important in terms of markets. So I would say that the diminishing aspect of the prices is really in the past. So we can look forward to nicer and stronger developments to really see the development, in the months to come towards the end of the year. Still, we do have this Hasta nakshatra, which is the nakshatra associated with acrobats, at least, and this analogy could be that, yes, we will have fluctuations still. We do have Mars here still in Gemini, so the sign of the markets, it's really emphasized with steam. There is also anger, frustration, sort of, associated with it as well. But it's outside of the Ardra nakshatra, which is in a way good news, because it would be a rebirth associated with it. If I'm not mistaken, it's in let me see, in Punarvasu nakshatra. So it's the first pada, so just out of Ardra, out of the storm nakshatra, and we have the nature which is reborn after the storm, so we can really look towards a new beginning. Now, prices will still have a period of consolidation, searching and testing previous levels due to Jupiter really going stationary retrograde, as you know, and it is in the last pada of the Taurus sidereal sign, actually, and this is Brigashira, the second pada, and this shows Brigashira is about searching. It's this searching, okay, we are perfectionists, we are not happy with the status quo, so it would be also a risk appetite that will increase afterwards. So that is what I want to say about the whole landscape. I want also to emphasize that Virgo is associated with health. So we can see with this eclipse some news, hopefully no problems or major problems regarding health systems, and this would be at global level. Just saying, this is not related to financials, but of course it could influence the financial markets, as we saw also previously. Okay, so that would be about this, and now I would like to talk about Bitcoin. What will happen with Bitcoin on the 2nd of October? We do not have the horoscope triggered, really, to be honest, because we don't have an exact aspect on the day. But we do have during the day a mix of bullish and bearish aspects. Again, could be also a lot of sideways, consolidation, range-bound price action due to the fact that we have this slowdown for both Jupiter and Pluto. But we have also good news in a way. So first of all, on the 3rd, so immediately after the eclipse, we would have a Mercury square influence. It's a bearish aspect, and this is really a influence that would be on the day, so it's not something long term. More interesting things will happen that would be rather positive. I would like to pinpoint that on the 8th and 9th we do have increased volatility, which would drive the price upwards. Uranus is influenced positively by Venus on the 8th and by Mars on the 9th, which means that we will have some mid-intensity strength, but we have Jupiter also very powerful in the sky, as you know. And another good news is that on the 15th of October, we will have a Saturn sextile Sun in the BTC chart, which is a positive, stable trend. It will not skyrocket, unfortunately, because the Jupiter-Saturn square in the sky is still operational. But nevertheless, it could add some stability, especially after we have Pluto gaining speed. So after the 12th of October, so it would be 15th, let's say from the 18th of October onwards, which would be also after the eclipse season, so to speak. So it would be roughly one month actually after the first eclipse. We will see some movement up with more speed and hopefully also more stability. Why I say that? Because Saturn is quite a lucky planet for Bitcoin, and we do have this sextile, which is also called the finger of God. So it's quite a benevolent aspect for Bitcoin in the next month and of course in October. Thank you so much for your attention, and I would like to ask you to subscribe and like. It helps the channel, and if you find this information useful, then let's see the next video coming soon. See you.